Have you ever stayed in a house where everything felt safe until you realized you were the only one not watching? And what would you do if the people who owned the house seemed to know more about your safety than you did? In 2017, I moved to a small rural town in Illinois where everyone already had a life, a family, and a place to belong, except me. I was in my early 20s, single, quiet, and surrounded by people old enough to be my grandparents. Making friends felt impossible, so when my coworker Clara suggested I dog sit for a couple she vaguely knew, I didn't hesitate. The house itself didn't scare me at first, an old brick ranch frozen in the 1970s, worn down but quiet. What bothered me was the couple. They were polite, but they didn't look at my face when I spoke. Their eyes slowly moved over me instead, like they were measuring something. During the house tour, they barely spoke, just opened doors, watched me look inside, and closed them again. Then I noticed the cameras, everywhere. Hallways, kitchen, living room, outside, even aimed toward the kitchen table. They said it was for insurance because of their firearm business, and I told myself I was overthinking it. The first night alone was quiet. The second night, one of the driveway cameras went offline. Rural internet is bad, so I brushed it off, until the dogs suddenly exploded out the dog door, barking at the woods behind the fence like something was standing there. I couldn't see anything, but my body reacted before my brain did. I dragged them inside, shoved a heavy chair against the dog door, and went to bed. When I woke up, the dogs were already outside again. The chair wasn't just moved, it was across the room. I felt sick. Clara came over and we searched the house. Nothing was broken, nothing missing. She told me maybe I remembered it wrong, and I wanted to believe her because the alternative was worse. That night, every camera feed shut off at once. I texted the owners, no reply. Hours later, the dogs erupted again. A loud thump came from the back room. As I stood there trying to calm myself, my phone buzzed. The wife texted, "You're safe. Don't worry about the cameras." I stared at the screen, realizing something was very wrong, because I had never said I felt unsafe. I didn't reply. I packed my things that night and left before sunrise. I didn't sleep. I didn't turn around when I heard the dogs barking again as I drove away. The owners never asked why I left early. They still paid me in full. A week later, Clara told me the couple had moved. The house went up for sale. The listing photos showed an empty living room, worn carpet, heavy doors, and no cameras. But sometimes, even now, years later, I think about that text message. Not because they said I was safe, but because they knew I wasn't alone when they said it.